Fall is my favorite season and I refuse to let it be taken over by consumerism. So we're using my little corner of the internet to tell you why you don't need to buy things, what language to look out for, and really I think there's just so much noise and voices in existence telling you to buy that I want to exist on the internet as an alternative to that. So if you didn't already know that, you might want to hit the subscribe button if you're new here, if it's the first time you're seeing me or hearing me say that. If you are new here though, you might not know this. This is very new hair. So for the returning people here, we've spiced it up for fall without buying any new stuff. But I won't talk about that for too long. Essentially what I did is I searched fall haul on TikTok and the results disappointed, but did not disappoint. I really thought that with the state of our economy, people would not be going out and spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on unnecessary, hyper trendy items, but of course, they are. On my channel, I've looked at other TikToks in the past and I've kind of commented on the types of consumerism and given you reasons why you don't need to buy these things. Honestly though, for these videos in particular, I just listened to like the first 10 to 20 seconds so that you could start to really pick up on the language that people are using to try to convince you that you should be buying more things. It's really evident when you watch these videos with that mindset, how quickly they are trying to normalize this overconsumption. We're going to denormalize the normalization of hyperconsumerism. Okay, let's do it. Admitting that you have a problem is like step one. Now address it instead of making it cute on the internet. Okay, here we go.
I just got a massive order in from TikTok Shop. This is all affordable fall fashion, so let's try everything on and see what we like. First up, we have this marled cardigan. This is...
First of all, right off the bat, the thing that I'm noticing that I want other people to notice is that she's holding like a dozen sweaters. And that's meant to make your brain go, oh my God, there's so many there. Which one do I want? It's just like what our brains do. And her standing there with all of them going, let's see which ones we like, is so that you'll keep watching, watch her try them on, and then click the link that's right there for you to buy them. She's prefacing with the fact that they're affordable. And for me, anytime something comes across my TikTok shop, which has been a little bit bad for me to be doing this because then I get so many more ads for them. But anytime I see a sweater, I've been clicking on them to see what they are. And literally every single time I have clicked on them, they have been polyester. And so yes, maybe they're affordable. And yes, maybe you can buy a dozen of them. But at the end of the day, if you're doing this every fall, doesn't that mean that you didn't really like them because you don't want to wear them more than one season? That's what I think when I see this particular set of sweaters.
This is what $200 worth of affordable sweaters looks like from TikTok Shop, and I'm ashamed to admit that I have spent $200 on one sweater in the past.
No.
$200 on one sweater.
No. She said this is what $200 worth of sweaters from TikTok Shop look like, but I am ashamed to say I've spent $200 on one sweater in the past. This is literally what I'm talking about. $200 for a sweater is kind of high, okay? And especially if you're shopping secondhand, it's not gonna be like that. Like I probably wouldn't spend that much on a sweater, but the point is the $200 sweater is probably like high quality, something you'll hold on to for a long time, made with much better materials. And instead you get this stack of things that aren't really gonna hold their shape. They're not gonna feel good on your body. They're unethically made. We can't forget that the reason you're able to get this many sweaters for the price of one other one is because corners were cut somewhere. Like the reason things are so cheap in instances like this is because people weren't paid fair wages, or they weren't recycling their water, or they used dyes that were toxic, because the ones that are safe for us for some reason are more expensive. There is a endless list of reasons why something comes to us so cheap, and almost always it's because we're paying the price somewhere else, whether that's with public health, whether that's with our environment, the climate, etc. There's a true cost of these things that you don't see, and I think it's really bizarre to say I'm ashamed I've spent $200 on a sweater before.
I've been shopping too much for fall lately, but I've been finding the cutest stuff, so I wanted to give you guys a little haul.
Prefacing a haul with I've been shopping too much, again, normalizing this behavior, normalizing that shopping too much and buying cheap stuff so that you can get a lot of it is a good thing. Like just right off the bat, I noticed that type of language that is meant to normalize it, meant to make you feel like you can do it and you should do it too. I don't even need to watch any more of this video. Like that's what I've saved this video to comment on.
I have a little fall haul. I've been doing a lot of online shopping and some in person over the past couple of weeks because I just love fall and it's just like a new season, and if you're my fiance, feel free to skip this video. But these are all basics, you know, they're like not super expensive, they're basics. How many basics do I need? Whatever.
I mean, do I have to tell you? When you see these videos and the way that they're talking is, don't tell my partner. Number one, I feel very two ways about this, right? Like, you and your partner should have an agreement of what you guys can spend for you both to be okay with it, for you to have like a stable home, right? So assuming that you have something like that, then saying don't tell my fiance and like the idea of hiding it from them is concerning. But it's also this weird like vibe of normalizing spending too much, right off the bat, just normalizing spending too much. And the other part of this is she says she's just buying a bunch of basics, and then she also reiterates how many basics does one person need, essentially.
Whatever.
And don't get me wrong, basics are something that I do buy new because they're harder to find secondhand. I try to buy everything I can secondhand. Anything that is like a statement piece or something that is meant to be fashion, like that's usually something I buy secondhand. But really basic stuff I will buy new. I try to do it from a sustainable brand, and I try not to overdo it. But to me, it's this acknowledgement of hyper consumerism and then being like, but watch me do some more of it anyway, that I just find problematic to be normalizing that type of behavior.
I've been addicted to shopping recently, so
it's like so quick, these videos that I saved where you can hear what the problem is, and it's the way that they admit that they have a problem, okay? As someone who is sober because I come from a family of addicts, as someone who has been addicted to shopping before and has like a big fear of becoming addicted to anything, I do not think it's cute or okay, really, in any sense, to normalize having this urge to shop that you are not addressing. Like, obviously my primary concern with people shopping this much, like the reason I became so passionate about talking about all the issues associated with shopping hyperconsumerism, and in this case like shopping addiction, is because of how bad it is for the planet, okay? We have to like take that into consideration, but aside from that, having this thing rule your life is really dangerous in a world where we have to have money to survive, where the money you're spending on unnecessary things that someone in the ether used like their marketing budget to convince you need. When you spend all your money and you have no more to live, like what do? It's so scary. And like I said, I just want my corner of the internet to serve as a place to like bring your attention to that we are putting everything at risk when we normalize this type of behavior. We are putting our planets at risk, our wallet at risk, and we're also putting our mental health, like it's so bad for our mental health. And also I made a video recently about how shopping makes us boring and how you need to have a hobby. It's also so boring. Admitting that you have a problem is like step one. Now address it instead of making it cute on the internet. Bird clock.
Time to go to your local Dollar General because their fall decorations are buy one get one free. These are the 4 that I picked this morning.
Yeah, it's annoying to be like buy one get one free, run to the dollar store to buy decor. And I feel I have to address the fact that like this is sometimes like talked about as if you criticize this type of consumerism specifically, then it's like going after low income people. And I just want to make clear that is never my intention, okay? I believe in class solidarity. I believe in standing up for marginalized people. I have very strong political beliefs, and that our economic system is letting down people who are low income. The problem with like this idea is like, even if you don't have a lot of disposable income, you can still run and buy these cheaply made, unethically made, really poor quality items so that you can participate in this trend of the normalizing, like I said, of needing to buy new stuff, and that is like the root of what makes us happy in our society. That is not true. And not only that, but when I watch through this video, the run and get it thing bothers me so much. It's the hurry up and go get this before it's gone, urgency, inflammatory language of it all is the reason I saved this. But I did keep watching it, and what I take away from videos like this, and when we buy poor quality, like really cheaply made goods, I just find them to be so boring. Like I look at everything this person talks about in their video, and I think, are you really gonna want that like a year, 2, 3, 5 years from now? And I think the answer is no. And that's why every year we see this happening again and again and again, because the things we bought last year don't mean that much to us. They don't stand the test of time in terms of style or quality. And so you turn around next year and you do the same thing. And if you're doing that year over year, I say, what if we buy like 1/10 of the amount of things that we bought this year and buy one thing that I will be excited to bring back every single year. Like pumpkin salt and pepper shakers, okay. I have a few pieces that I have invested in, really just one. The rest of them have been secondhand, and so just by nature of shopping secondhand, things are really affordable. But I do have one pumpkin, glass blown pumpkin, that I bought on my honeymoon with the intention of it being an heirloom piece. I don't even think I spent that much on it. I think it might have been maybe $100, so it wasn't that crazy, but it was supporting a literal artisan. And the feeling I get when I pull that out every year is so different than the feeling I get when I pull out some throw pillows that I kept that my mom bought me because they were on clearance. You know what I'm saying? It's just not as run and go get it. It's not as marketable. It's not as TikTok trendy to be like, here's my glass blown pumpkin I bought 5 years ago by an artisan in Salem, Massachusetts. You see what I'm saying? The algorithm fuels overconsumption so much. And I think this is a really good example of that.
Hi guys, here's my fall wardrobe haul part 1. I went shopping yesterday. I posted a little vlog and some of you in the comments were like, show us what you got. So I'm going to show you guys everything I got. I spent around, I didn't really calculate, $400, $500. So I didn't go crazy, but I definitely did some damage. I'm gonna show you what I got.
This is another repeated rhetoric that I kept hearing. I did some damage. It's not good for the planet either. You did some damage to the planet. Yeah, that's what you're showing off on social media. I don't think it's cute. I don't. Stop it right now. Again, I saved this video for the simple fact that she just dropped a bunch of packages and that's the intro. It's like, look at all these things you can buy. Stop scrolling and then click my link.
I spent far too much money this weekend. A lot. And I'm talking a lot. A lot. Stops. I have moved twice since January. In both of those moves, I did a huge closet purge.
This is also something that I'm noticing. Okay, I saved this one because she said she spent a lot of money. But then she goes on to talk about how she just did a huge closet purge. And for some reason, I find that when people do these declutters and the closet purges, whatever we want to call it, that their next step is to go buy more stuff. In these declutters, people are not taking away from it like, oh, I'm shopping too much. Oh, I'm not in tune with what I actually like and will keep for long term because I'm just on this hamster wheel of buying what people are telling me or marketing gets to me and tells me I need, and then I'm throwing it out and doing it all over again the next year. Why is that not the takeaway?
So I went to the mall to make some returns.
Stop. This one says $1,400 haul of everything I accidentally purchased. Who has the money to be doing that at this point in the world? I'm so confused about it. It's accidentally for me. The mall is full of advertising and it's estimated that Americans see between 4,000 and 10,000 ads a day. So when you walk out of the mall with this much stuff that you accidentally purchased, just know that someone that sits in a C-suite office somewhere put millions of dollars behind advertisements, budgets behind convincing you need things, and that's how you accidentally walk out of the mall spending $1,400. Is it just me, or does that feel disgusting? Like for me, that feels like I do not want people manipulating my brain chemistry, my brain that has evolved over millions of years to be this way. They get into our minds and figure out ways to like turn off our sense of regulation. They figure out a way to convince us we need more stuff. And that to me is gross. I don't want to give my money to people who don't deserve it, period. But I definitely don't want to give my money to people who spent money to trick me. Yeah, it was the pouring out moment that I wanted to just show you because I find that to be a huge hook in a lot of these haul videos is look at all this stuff I have. And I think we've seen that in almost all of the clips and I pointed it out with the sweaters in the beginning, but it really feels like they want you to feel like abundance is here. Like the way to abundance and fulfillment and all these things is here's all the stuff I got. Let me dump it out. Let me stack it up. Let me hold it.
I think I have a problem.
It's the stacking of the stuff again. It's the admitting I have a problem again. It's the normalizing, like, if you shop too much, I also shop too much. So watch this so I can tell you what else you need to go buy.
I found a whole new fall wardrobe from Walmart and I need help deciding what to keep and what to return.
I could say so much about buying a fall wardrobe from Walmart. Again, everything is made unethically, poor quality, bad materials, bad for the planet, bad for your wallet, bad for everything. But the reason I want to talk about this is because I see this happening a lot in social media and in the world in general. People will buy a bunch of stuff and then try it on at home and then return what they don't want. And I'm not saying I want people to keep things they don't like, but I think there's two parts to this. Number one, it's the not being more considerate or selective or really conscious about what you like before you buy it. Like just buying things with the intention of being like, oh, I might like this, I might like that. We should be thinking through our purchases a lot more if that's what we're doing. Because if you're ordering something and you're not even sure if you want it, that's so bizarre to me. And there's this aspect of things that do fit or don't fit, but people are trying them on and being like, is this cute? Should I keep it? So that's one fold. It's like the whole buying something so unconsciously that you're not even sure if you want it. That's problematic in and of itself. But the other part of that is, I used to be a dumpster diver, okay? Back in the day, I used to go dumpster diving at a lot of corporations, and my whole goal was to tell people how wasteful corporations are, because most of your returns are not getting resold. They're getting sent to landfill, they're getting burned. Sometimes they make it to a outlet type thing, but most of the time, things are thrown away. If you're returning stuff, it's not getting put back on the shelves to be resold. Very few retailers do that. Most stores are just throwing them away and writing them off, by the way. They get to write it off as losses on their taxes. If you think you're returning stuff and it's just getting resold, most of the time it's not. It's getting thrown out. And it's a really wasteful thing to do.
It's giving consumerism final boss.
I don't even have to, I think you understand what the problem is now. Are you catching on to the intros being let's normalize this? I don't think that's cute or funny for all the reasons I've already mentioned, okay? The fall theme water bottle really got me. I think that might be why I saved this. I think in general that just looked like a bunch of stuff, but once again, stuff that people are not going to want to have 2-3 years from now. You know what? I think I've subjected myself and you to this enough. My goal with this is just to bring awareness, like I said, to the tactics that are being used and the normalization of something that is very not normal and not good for us in any sense of the word, and especially for the planet. That's what I talk about a lot on this channel. So if you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching today's video. And remember, until next time, you cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that you can do. Bye, guys.